Alrighty. All right, welcome everyone to the bracket selection for the AGL Summer 2021 split. Uh, I'm just going to give a quick explanation of how bracket selection works. First, I'll introduce our three groups of players. So, first we have the Seed 1 teams. These are all teams that auto-qualify for playoffs and place top 2 in their divisions. They all played through 2 weeks of play-ins to order themselves from Seed 1A to 1D, in the following order of Seed 1A being Stubby Gun, Seed 1B being Sprouts, Seed 1C being Oasis, Nails, and Dayspa, and then Seed 1D being Hidden Talent. Basically, Seed 1A gets the most control over how the bracket is formed, and then that goes down all the way to Seed 1D. Then we have our Seed 2 teams. These are the third and fourth place teams from the two divisions. They also played through play-ins and to order themselves from Seed 2A to 2D. There are only three teams because one of the Seed 2 teams got removed from the league. I'll explain how that affects the bracket selection in a little bit. But it works the same way as the Seed 1, where the Seed 2A team will pick their matchup first, then 2B, then 2C. Finally, we have the play-in pool teams. These are the 5th through 8th place teams that played through play-ins, or the elimination matches and play-ins, and then were able to clinch a playoffs spot from winning all their matches. All right. Just to explain how play-ins will work, first we will start off with the round of 12 matches. So all the Seed 1 teams get a bye into quarterfinals, and the first round of playoffs, which is next week, will be Seed 2 teams versus play-in teams. Due to there only being 3 Seed 2 teams, the Seed 2A team, which is Dreadnought Tempest, will get a bye straight into quarterfinals. After that, the Fierce Force Titans will pick their play-ins opponent, or round of 12 opponent, then Dreadzone Gaming Tartarus, and then the two remaining play-in pool teams will face off against each other. After this round, the Seed 1 teams will pick which matchup they want in their quadrant. In other words, they'll be picking which round 12 matchup winner they want to face against in quarterfinals. The same goes where we'll start with Stubby Gun, then Sprouts, then Nads, and then finally Hidden Talent will be defaulted to one of the quadrants. Finally, in the third round of bracket selection, Stubby Gun will get to pick which other quadrant will be in their half of the bracket. Because Stubby Gun and Sprouts are the top two teams from the Seed 1 play-ins, they will be placed on opposite sides of the entire bracket. All right, so without further ado, we are going to start with the first round of bracket selection. Since Dreadnought Tempest gets a bye, they actually don't have a representative here, so we'll move straight on to the Fierce Force Titans. So Caxi, who are you going to be picking?
The Fierce Force Titans will be selecting Valorable's United Pluton as our
All
first round
right.
opponent.
And may I ask why you're picking them?
We feel that we match up the best against that team, and based on all the play-in matches that we had seen, and because of a little bit of fortune coming in that we get to select one of those teams. Yeah, it's just BBU Pluton. That's what's going to be. Basically, the winner of the Big Duck VBU match was going to be our opponent, regardless.
Alrighty. Moving on to Mr. Trajan. So for Dreadzone Gaming Tartarus, is going to be your opponent for the round of 12?
Dreadzone Gaming Tartarus is going to select Big Menergy for our first round of playoffs.
Interesting. All right. Why'd you pick Big Energy over the other two?
I've had a chance to look over their games a decent amount, and they did play against our sister team in the regular split. And I think they have some very abusable weaknesses that I will decline to discuss at this present time.
Alrighty. And then as a result, Meme City Paradox will be playing against Team Ambition Nova. I do believe Meme City Paradox gets side selection. I'm going to double check that after bracket selection. But for now, I'll place Meme City Paradox on the left. Alrighty. Moving on to the second round. So we're going to move on to the Seed 1 teams. So, Liam, which quadrant would you like to, or which round 12 matchup would you like in your quadrant?
I'd like to pick Dreadzone Gaming.
Alrighty. And is there a reason why you picked Dreadzone specifically over everybody else?
The representative has a nice voice.
That's a pretty good reason, honestly. Alrighty, and then moving on to Sprouts.
I think we're gonna end up going with TFF.
It's okay, Alec. I still love you.
Is this a time you want to flame TFF, or are you gonna try to say,
Uh,
give some other?
we'll just say Caxi ain't getting any scuttles.
Right, and then last but not least, well, technically last but not least, but DD. Which matchup or which round of 12 matchup do you want in your quadrant?
Greetings, gamers. I would probably like to choose the Dreadnought Tempest for ours.
Alrighty. So they're actually like I think they're the highest seed out of all the remaining two matchups. So is there a reason you picked Dreadnought over the Meme City Paradox versus TA Nova matchup?
I like Meme City's Paradox. I like their name more, so I want them to go longer, honestly.
These are some really good reasons. I think in PL, literally everybody was just kind of flaming each other. In Go League, everybody's just memeing each other, so that's fine. But as a result, Hidden Talent will default to the Plains matchup. So they will play against one of either Meme City Paradox or Team Ambition Nova, depending on the results of next week's match. Alrighty, and then finally, Liam, we'll be going straight back to you. Which other quadrant do you want in your half of the bracket?
Want the hidden talent quadrant.
Alrighty.
I'm
And
disappointed.
as a result, Sprouts will be in the same half of the bracket as Nads. Alrighty, and your bracket is formed. So I will be populating the actual playoff bracket tab of the sheet. You can look in AGL information for the official sheet and look at the playoff bracket tab in a couple minutes. But yeah, these are your brackets for playoffs. Just a reminder that the seed 1 teams and Dreadnought Tempest do have a bye next week, and that basically all the other seed 2/play-in pool teams will be playing next week. But other than that, thanks guys for joining us. Wish you all good luck in your next week's matches / quarterfinals matches. And really looking forward to watching y'all play.